Paying only minimum credit card payments. Let me tell you about my student Emma. Smart girl, college graduate, great job, but she's been paying the minimum on her credit cards for 3 years. She thinks she's being responsible because, hey, she's making payments, right? Wrong. Emma has $8,000 in credit card debt. She pays $200 a month, thinking she's crushing it. But here's the brutal math. $180 goes to interest. Only $20 touches the actual debt. At this rate, Emma will be paying this off until she's 50 years old and will pay over $30,000 total. Emma's basically renting her debt forever. It's like paying rent on an apartment you'll never own, except the apartment is your past mistakes and the landlord is Visa. Every month, she's choosing to stay trapped because paying the minimum feels easier than facing the truth. Here's what I told Emma, and I'm telling you. Attack that debt like your life depends on it. Pay every extra dollar you can find. Skip the movies, cancel the subscriptions, eat rice and beans for a month. Because every month you pay minimums, you're choosing to stay broke longer. Financing a car you can't afford in cash. My neighbor Marcus just bought a brand new Challenger, $60,000. His monthly payment, $1,200. Marcus makes $50,000 a year. Do the math. That's almost 30% of his income going to a car payment. Marcus works at a call center, lives in a studio apartment, but drives a car that costs more than he makes in a year. He can't afford to take his girlfriend on dates because all his money goes to his car payment. She's starting to notice. His friends are starting to talk. Here's the thing about Marcus. He fell for the oldest trick in the book. The salesman never mentioned the $60,000 price tag. He just kept saying only $1,200 a month. Marcus heard $1,200 and thought, I can swing that. But $1,200 times 60 months is $72,000. Marcus is literally working to pay for a car that sits in his parking spot 23 hours a day. He's trading his freedom for 4 wheels and a payment book, and everyone can see he's drowning. Listen, I get it. You want to look successful, but you know what looks successful? Having money in your bank account, not having a fancy car and eating ramen noodles every night. Daily $6 coffee while complaining you're broke. My friend Jessica posts on Instagram every day. Ugh, I'm so broke. Why is everything so expensive? I can't afford anything. But Jessica also posts a picture of her Starbucks order every morning. Venti caramel macchiato with extra shot, oat milk, extra caramel, $7.50. Jessica spends more on coffee in a month than most people spend on groceries. That's $2,700 a year. On coffee. But she can't figure out why she's broke. I sat Jessica down and showed her the math. That coffee money invested in an index fund at 7%. In 30 years, it becomes over $200,000. Jessica is literally drinking her retirement fund every morning while complaining about being poor. Here's what I told Jessica. Make coffee at home for 30 days. Just 30 days. Take that $7.50 and put it in a jar. At the end of the month, you'll have over $200. Then tell me you can't afford to invest. The crazy part? Jessica's homemade coffee tastes better than Starbucks. She just got addicted to the ritual, the Instagram story, the feeling of treating herself. But treating yourself into poverty isn't treating yourself. It's punishing yourself. Upgrading your phone every year. My cousin Tyler gets the new iPhone every single year. Not because his old one is broken. Not because he needs new features. Because it's new. Tyler's phone from last year works perfectly. Takes amazing photos, runs every app, does everything he needs. But Tyler sees those Apple commercials and suddenly his perfectly good phone feels ancient. So he trades it in, pays the upgrade fee and gets the latest model. This costs him about $1,500 every year for features he'll never use. Tyler's friends are starting to notice. They're like, dude, didn't you just get a new phone? And Tyler's like, yeah, but this one has a better camera. Meanwhile, Tyler never takes photos except selfies at the gym. Here's the truth about Tyler. He's addicted to the feeling of having the latest thing. But that addiction is costing him $1,500 a year. That's $18,000 over 10 years. For phones. I told Tyler, use your phone until it literally stops working. Then buy last year's model for half the price. Your Instagram followers won't notice the difference, but your bank account will. Buying a house at the top of your budget. My co-worker David just bought his first house. The bank approved him for $400,000, so he bought a house for $390,000. David makes $70,000 a year. His mortgage payment is $2,800 a month. David is now what we call house poor. He's got this beautiful house, but he can't afford to put anything in it. He's sleeping on an air mattress in his master bedroom. He's eating cereal for dinner because he can't afford groceries. His friends want to hang out, but David can't afford to go anywhere. David thought buying the most expensive house he could afford would make him look successful. Instead, he looks stressed all the time. He's working overtime just to make his mortgage payment. He can't afford to fix anything when it breaks. He's one emergency away from losing everything. Here's what David should have done. Bought a house for $250,000. His payment would be $1,800. He'd have an extra $1,000 every month for furniture, food, and actually enjoying his life. The goal isn't to buy the most expensive house you can afford. The goal is to buy a house you can afford while still having a life. Using payday loans or cash advances. My student Maria got caught in the payday loan trap. It started innocent enough. Her car needed a $400 repair and she didn't have the money. So she went to one of those payday loan places. They gave her $400. In 2 weeks, she owed them $460. $60 for borrowing money for 2 weeks. That's 780% annual interest. Maria didn't have the $460, so she rolled it over. Now she owed $520. This went on for 6 months. Maria ended up paying over $800 to borrow $400. She could have put the car repair on a credit card at 18% and saved hundreds of dollars. But here's the worst part. Maria was embarrassed to ask her family for help. She was too proud to admit she needed $400. So instead of swallowing her pride for 5 minutes, she got trapped in a cycle that cost her twice as much. Listen, payday loans are never the answer. Ask a friend, ask family, sell something, work extra hours. Do anything except walk into one of those places. They're designed to trap you, and once you're in, it's almost impossible to get out. Shopping without comparing prices. My friend Kevin needed a new laptop. He walked into Best Buy, saw one he liked for $1,200 and bought it immediately. That same laptop was $800 on Amazon. Kevin paid a $400 laziness tax, and this happens to Kevin all the time. He bought a couch for $1,500 at a furniture store. The exact same couch was $900 online. He bought groceries at Whole Foods for $200. The same groceries were $120 at Walmart. Kevin is literally throwing away thousands of dollars every year because he can't be bothered to compare prices. He says he doesn't have time to shop around. But Kevin spends 3 hours a day watching TikTok. Here's the truth. Kevin has time. He just doesn't want to do the work. He wants instant gratification. He wants to buy something and be done with it. But that laziness is costing him a vacation every year. I told Kevin, before you buy anything over $100, check 3 places. Online, in store, and 1 competitor. It takes 10 minutes and saves hundreds of dollars. Your future self will thank you. Not having any emergency fund at 30. My friend Rachel is 32 years old. She has a good job, a nice apartment, goes out to dinner twice a week. But Rachel has $0 in savings, not $1 set aside for emergencies. Last month, Rachel's car broke down. The repair was $800. Rachel had to put it on her credit card because she had no emergency fund. Now she's paying 18% interest on a car repair because she never prepared for the inevitable. Rachel lives paycheck to paycheck by choice. She makes enough money to save, but she spends every dollar she makes, new clothes, dinners out, weekend trips. She's living like she's 22, but she's 32. Here's what I told Rachel. You're one emergency away from financial disaster. Your water heater, your car, your health, your job. Any of these could change tomorrow. And when they do, you'll be scrambling. Start with $1,000. Once you have $1,000, go for $3,000. Then 6 months of expenses. Build that safety net because life will test you. Never checking your credit score. My student Jake applied for an apartment last month. Great job, good income, clean background check. But he got rejected. His credit score was 490. Jake had no idea because he never checked it. Turns out, Jake had a medical bill from 3 years ago that went to collections. $300. He never knew about it because he moved and never updated his address. That $300 bill destroyed his credit score. Jake couldn't get the apartment. He couldn't get a car loan. He couldn't even get a decent credit card. All because he ignored his credit score for years, like it would just take care of itself. Your credit score is like your financial report card. It affects everything. Apartments, loans, jobs, insurance rates. Ignoring it doesn't make it go away. It just makes you unprepared when it matters most. Check your credit score every month. It's free. Fix any mistakes immediately. Pay your bills on time. Keep your credit card balances low. Treat your credit score like your GPA, because that's basically what it is. Treating investing like gambling. My friend Alex put $10,000 into cryptocurrency last year. Not Bitcoin or Ethereum. Some random coin called Safe Moon that he heard about on TikTok. Alex thought he was investing. He was gambling. Alex lost $8,000 in 3 months. The coin crashed, the developers disappeared, and Alex learned an expensive lesson about the difference between investing and gambling. Real investing is boring. You buy index funds that track the stock market. You invest the same amount every month for 30 years. You don't check the balance every day. You don't try to time the market. You just let compound interest do its magic. But Alex wanted to get rich quick. He wanted to turn 10,000 into $1 million overnight. So he gambled instead of invested. And gambling always ends the same way. The house wins. Here's what I told Alex. If you want excitement, go to Vegas. If you want wealth, buy index funds and wait. Boring wins. Exciting loses. Choose boring. Closing old credit cards to simplify. My friend Lisa decided to clean up her finances last year. She had 5 credit cards and thought that was too many. So she closed 3 of them, including her oldest card that she'd had for 8 years. Lisa's credit score dropped 60 points overnight. She had no idea that closing old cards would hurt her credit. She thought she was being responsible by simplifying her finances. Here's what happened. Lisa shortened her credit history and reduced her available credit. Both of these things hurt your credit score. The credit card companies don't care that you're trying to simplify. They just see someone who looks riskier on paper. Lisa learned this lesson when she tried to refinance her mortgage. The bank offered her a higher interest rate because of her lower credit score. That simplification cost her thousands of dollars in extra interest. Keep your old credit cards open. You don't have to use them, but don't close them. Put them in a drawer and forget about them. Your credit score will thank you. Mixing money with friends without clear terms. My friend group went to Vegas last year. 8 of us, 3 hotel rooms, rental cars, dinners, shows. My friend Mike organized everything and paid for it up front. The plan was for everyone to pay him back after the trip. The trip cost $4,000 total, $500 per person. Mike sent everyone Venmo requests when we got home. 3 people paid immediately, 2 people paid half. 3 people, including my friend Sarah, never paid at all. Mike is out $1,500. Sarah keeps making excuses. I'm waiting for my tax refund. Things are tight this month. I'll get you next week. It's been 8 months. Mike and Sarah don't talk anymore. This happens all the time. Friends lend money with good intentions and no clear terms. Then someone doesn't pay back, and the friendship dies. Money ruins more friendships than anything else. Here's the rule. Either make it a gift or make it a loan with written terms. If you can't afford to give it away, don't lend it. If you do lend it, write down the amount, the date, and when it's due. Make it official. Don't let money kill your friendships. Be clear about expectations from the beginning. Listen, I know this is tough love, but I care about you too much to let you keep making these mistakes. These habits don't just cost you money, they cost you respect. Your family sees it, your friends see it, that person you're trying to impress. They see it too. But here's the beautiful thing. Every single one of these habits can be fixed. So what's it going to be? You're going to keep looking like someone who doesn't understand money? Or are you ready to level up and start looking like someone who actually has their financial life together? The choice is yours, but choose wisely because everyone's watching. And more importantly, your future self is counting on you to get this right.